Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm TheTranspondster and we're back into it playing The Sims 4. This time doing a speed build for you. We're doing a house in Willow Creek and it's going to actually be for a family that came out a little while ago on my channel. I've already built one home for this family because it's kind of an extended family setup. So the Create a Sim video already came out. It was for an Eastern European family. So I've made the home for the grandparents of this family, but they have two sons themselves. So this home is going to be for one of the sons, Elijah, and his family, his wife Naomi, and their son Landon and toddler Mallory that will be living here. It is New Orleans inspired. This one though, I didn't do a shotgun style home. It was kind of going to be that way, but it veered slightly different in terms of the floor plan. So I couldn't 100% call it a shotgun style home, but I will say that it is close because you can almost walk straight through to the back of the house, but the side door is on the side, not the back. All right. So, if you haven't already noticed, I do go a little platform crazy in this build. It did get a little frustrating at a lot of points because you'll see when I'm trying to get the stairs in for kind of the sunken kitchen dining area, it was giving me all sorts of hassle. I had to move the stairs a million times to get it to work. But I did eventually get it to work. My recommendation if you download this home is do not, by any means, touch the half set of stairs that are touching the dining room. Leave them alone and all will be good with your life. No, but for real, it's an easy enough fix. You just kind of gotta put them in the spot next to it and slide it over one slot, and you're good to go, smooth sailing. I do make this a two-story home and I do kind of build that second story into the roof. That is not my favorite thing to do by any means. It is also sometimes kind of tedious, but it ended up working out fairly simple here. If anything, the windows became the most awkward part of this build because of all those split levels. It was hard to find windows that properly fit those raised or lowered sections. So here's where you can see me start to fiddle around with the stairs, and then you can watch me continue to fiddle around with those stairs. This home is kind of in between being outdated and renovated. Some parts are a little nicer than others. Some parts are a little old and not so trendy, but that's okay. That's the realistic part of the save file that I'm working on. If you're not aware, all of these builds that I'm putting out are for end goal save file that will be a long haul that we're in for because we're almost a full year into doing builds for this. We don't strictly build, we do create a sim videos, and I have a let's play going on. I dabbled in another let's play for a little bit, but it didn't stick. I didn't connect with the Sims as much. So but yeah, I've got a not so berry one that's on the go. So it's not like all my Sims time is dedicated to building for the save file. Some of it goes into making the Sims that are going to live there, renovating, remodeling, I guess, or, stylizing the Sims that are already in the game, and of course, renovating their homes to go with that remodel that they get. I'm not typically one for the orange cherry colored woods, but I really like how it played out on the bottom level in this home. And so I definitely tied that wood upwards into the doors and the stair railings and all of that. I thought for a moment about raising the terrain and making the ground flush with the platform at the front door, not having any steps going up, but I realized that terrain does something weird around platforms in that it doesn't connect to it the same way that it would for a foundation, which is mildly disappointing, but I guess I kind of get that they're different, but I don't see why we couldn't make that work still. So, anyway, it didn't work, so I didn't do it. I was being really particular about the placement of the backyard because I wanted the post on the fence to auto slot nicely, and yeah, it needed to be put a particular way in order for it to do that. I also have this hypothetical driveway here, even though I'm very aware there are no cars in the game. Sometimes it is nice for that realistic touch to throw a driveway or two in here. I even sometimes throw in makeshift garages that, of course, have been converted to be functional on the inside of the home, but sometimes from the outside of the home still very much look like a garage of some sorts. So, yeah, it's a fun little thing to do here and there. Packs in this one are not limited. You'll notice there's a lot of gold there. This was done pretty much right after that business and hobbies pack came out, so I had a lot of new items to work with that I was definitely having fun with here. So I have a feeling that this build will naturally be that pack heavy because I was like, ooh, new stuff all over the place here. So I like the little cute setup that I did in the backyard. They will end up having like a grassy area and a small little patio area too. So it will be kind of a nice dual space area for the parents to sit and relax while their kids can play while still being supervised. Yeah. The kitchen, I want to say, is my absolute favorite part of this build. Made all the stair trouble that it caused me worth it. I'm laughing a little bit because I'm looking at the stairs being back how they're not supposed to be because I've moved a wall or something. I've added a fence somewhere that this build was like, nope, get out of here. We're not working anymore. So anyway, I will fix that. I promise. It'll be 100% ready to go when uploaded on the gallery. I can already guarantee you it's already ready to go. I do have to say that I love the swatch that comes with the new lamp and some of the chairs and stuff with the black and floral pattern. It's just so gorgeous. Love it. I'm a sucker for florals, so it's easy to win me over when that pattern's involved, I guess. I almost wish that I made this home for not a family of Sims and that it was just going to be empty so that I can move my own family in here and play in this slot. I might actually use this house myself for, my own personal gameplay. I might download it off my own gallery when I'm ready to move again, but I did just move, and I did just build my own house off camera, so I will have to, hold off on that one for a while. I swear, those stairs were the death of me by the end of this video. I also was a little worried that I wouldn't fit a round dining table in this little dining area, but I 100% did, and thank God, because I was pretty much set on having a circular dining table. Once that sunken area went in there, yeah, something about it makes it feel so homey. I also always forget that those Dream Home Decorator little like organizer cubbies exist. They're more of a decorative item to me because I think they're technically a surface, but they only have one slot on them, so I never actually use them for anything. And I thought it was a neat little touch. I always forget to add the little sign to say, take your shoes off at the front door. But uh, to me, as a Canadian, I want to assume that this is this is just the social norm in Canada, because everyone I know from like family and growing up, it's just normal to take your shoes off when you walk into someone's house. But I feel like in the States it's not, or maybe it's other parts of the world. I guess I could see parts of the world that are maybe more desert type of landscapes where there would be more sand and natural dirt that gets swept in. But even then, wouldn't it make sense to take your shoes off and put a different set of like house specific shoes on? Maybe slippers? I just don't get it. It's something I've never been able to comprehend, is leaving outdoor shoes on in the home. Think of like, what if you stepped through someone's, you know, spit or grosser stuff, and then you bring it in your house with the bottom of your shoe? It's just gross to me. Not to criticize or judge, we don't do that here, but maybe someone can explain something I'm missing, because it's not my norm. So, I'm not seeing a full picture, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I put a sign at the front of the store to say, take your shoes off. This is the master bedroom that I'm working on. There are 3 bedrooms in this home. They are all occupied. So, and I don't have an ensuite here. It is just the 1 bathroom upstairs, and then there is 1 bathroom downstairs as well. It's kind of awkward how I end up getting laundry in here, but I do end up getting laundry in, so they will not have to use my laundromat in the next neighborhood over. I swap out the shoe sign for a different shoe sign, because obviously I thought that that one was better. I want to throw out there as well that I love the little poof in the corner. I don't even know what pack that comes with. I'm going to assume it's business and hobbies, but I I'm also thinking it might be life and death. It's got to be a newer one, because I'm not that familiar with what pack it's from, and I will toot my own horn that I am pretty darn good at knowing my packs when I need to. Yeah, I was sold on having that thing over my little picnic area as soon as I saw it, and I always see it there, and I'm always like, I want to use it, but it's so darn big. Same with the little tent that they can play in that I think came with growing together. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, the toddler's room ends up being very green. The mother is very into black, so of course that's her style over there. The toddler hasn't really formed her sense of style yet, but because the dad likes green and the brother's kind of into blues and greens, I think I'm second guessing that now. But yeah, that's why we went with green over here. Also, it's just kind of the wallpaper that I picked out and I ran with it. So I have a feeling, is going to be very into the color green one day. It's just going to naturally happen to her. You're raised in an environment, you start to like that environment. I don't know how science and psychology works all the time. I also just ramble a lot of the time. Can you tell? Maybe a little bit. Just a smidge. I, yeah, really crammed as many toys as I could into that room. I gave the brother bunk beds because in my head I was thinking back to my childhood, I guess, when I made this room, and how I was always so jealous of my friends that didn't share a room but had a bunk bed, because I was like, you just always have a bed ready for a sleepover. But not only that, you could sleep in the top bunk today and the bottom bunk tomorrow. Or like, if you woke up in the middle of the night too hot, you could just switch beds and the new bed wouldn't be as hot as the last bed you were in. Like, there are so many perks to that. I had a bunk bed, But I also had a sister in the room with me that slept in said bunk bed too. So there was no bed swapping. And to be honest, I got at the time, the short end of the stick because I was a little older and kind of over the whole top bunk thing. But I was older and my sister was like two, maybe three. So obviously it made sense for her to be on the bottom bunk because that was safer. So yeah, short end of the stick for me because at that time I was so over climbing up that ladder to get on the top bunk to go to bed. And then when I went away to university and was like, I'm finally going to escape the bunk bed, I got put in the double room with a bunk bed, and my roommate got there first. So, of course, she picked the bottom bunk. Can you believe the odds of that? Like, why? Yeah, that was not so fun times living with roommates that the school picked for you because you didn't know anyone at that school and you hoped for the best but got the worst. Sorry, did I say that? I doubt any of those people are listening. I don't think they liked me either. And we were very different kinds of people. They liked to do one thing, and I felt really awkward and uncomfortable doing those very extroverted and outgoing things. So, yeah, we didn't click well. They didn't understand why I wanted to sit by myself in my room all the time on the computer. Uh, they didn't know I was playing Sims. I was very, very secretive about that stuff. I still, to be honest, kind of am secretive. Like when people find out in real life that I play The Sims, I'm like, are you okay with that? I'm an adult playing the game, but is that okay with you? Yeah, I am slowly, slowly getting beyond caring because I have friends that are helping me stop caring so much, but yeah. I'm just weird like that. Sometimes I care too much what people think, and that's not a good quality to have, but sometimes I can be really, really good about it too. In most aspects of my life, I'm pretty good at not caring what people think and going about my business, existing, being me, being moderately okay. I was going to say happy, but no, you know what? Let's say happy. We're all about positivity here. We're moderately happy over here in the TheTranspondster household. Maybe. Yeah. Anywho, it is getting to that part of the video where I'm starting to think of landscaping and lighting, and that ending is going to start to sneak up on me. So I'm going to start to say my whole thank you spiel because really I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Every time I get to this part when I say I am so thankful for all of you that are out there showing your support, commenting, liking, subscribing, helping me out in the algorithm, letting YouTube know that you like my content. So anyway, thank you so much for that, and most importantly, don't forget to have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye guys.